hair.
Look at mine.
Look at this.
I just took a shower. At least I did that. Let's dive in. You just now taking notes?
Hello, Sarah Reed Spencer. Happy New Year. Hello, Heather. Hello, Nicole Applecakes. Hello, ACNC12 Marianne.
Believe it or not, I had makeup and stuff done today. You couldn't tell, though. You really can't tell now. I washed it all off.
Hello, Rachel Boren. Happy New Year, Jakob. Welcome. Hello, Bruno. Tony Thompson. It's our friend Tony Thompson. One of our very, very best customers.
You know, tonight, Bachelor's back.
Hello, Kay Johnson.
I never get to watch I've kind of fallen out of love with The Bachelor and Bachelorette.
West Virginia. Great state of West Virginia. The great state of West Virginia. Hello, Holly. Hello, Angelia Boone. Hello, Elizabeth Estrada. Hello, Vicky. Does everybody have their bucket list items resolution?
You're blending in with the wall.
I am. Except for
You're like a floating head.
Except for my mushroom hair.
It's your artistic choice.
It is. Hello, Did I already say hello? Hello, Leah Durham. What am I, Sarah Chocolate?
Oh, hello. I must be saying hello to me.
Hello, Casey. Hello, the Jakun 6 from Illinois. Illinois, my home state. Yes.
When did you move out of Illinois?
When I was 1.
Yeah. So is it really your home state if you were born there and then left?
I mean, I consider myself a native Texan. Yes, Terry, maybe she has. She has taken over one Walter A. Evans's orifice. Hello, Liz Key, not to be confused with Elizabeth Betts.
Not by my choice. I did not want to be here.
Omicron.
I don't mean here. I mean in this office.
Hello,
I did not
Kay
want to be
Johnson.
in Alan's office again. I wanted to go back to work.
Hello, Maria. Hello, Wheezy. Wheezy, I need a professional's point of view on this. Give me a little. Hey, Jeff. No hat? Well, no. No. Hello, Christy Cummings. Hello, Wheezy. Hello, Maria. Hi, Sandra.
How much longer?
Well, you got to let everybody come in. They have to take their seats. Hello, Christy Bazemore. Julie's overalls. Hello, Carmen. Yeah, well, okay. So here's the deal. I mean, it's growing out. I mean, it's getting longer, but I was in the garage messing with my helmets a little while ago, and this is why I have bouffantish hair. Look how bouffant it is. Look at this. Hello, Tammy Ann. All right, ready, Beth?
Yep.
Oh.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, Lisa.
4. You're not looking. That's why I'm just going to keep talking. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Amanda Hug and Kiss, please pick up the red courtesy phone. Amanda Hug and Kiss, please pick up the red courtesy phone.
That was a nice one.
There's going to be a kinder, gentler AE. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah. Dun, 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 hallelujah.
If we'd have gone to church over Christmas, we might have heard the Hallelujah chorus. Did not do that. Welcome to 2022, the first podcast of 2022. It's a sandwich with some Lovin, still the same people here hosting it. I'm Kellie Rasberry Evans, and here's my husband and podcast partner, Alan Evans.
Make 7 of yours. Hey, man. Hey, man.
You're doing the 7-Up guy?
Make 7-Up yours, man.
Was that from the 70s or 80s?
Hey,
80s.
man. Hey, man. Hey, man. I just come back from Jamaica,
Does
man.
anybody even remember the 7-Up guy? Oh, my gosh.
Make 7-Up yours.
Yeah.
Was he from Jamaica or was he from somewhere else?
Bahamas?
Good
I
eye.
thought he was
Good
from
eye,
Jamaica.
mate. I don't know.
I don't remember exactly. The reason Alan's doing that is because, the year of Alan is over. That was so 2021. But for every year on our bucket list that we do, we always want to pick a brand new city we've never been to before. And so I said, well, let's do your birthday trip. I know we went, the podcast family vacation in Mexico, but, something just the two of us. Where do you want to go? He said, somewhere with a beach, somewhere warm. And so somewhere we've never been before. And that ended up being Jamaica. Now,
Yeah, man.
Kellie, knowing that we're going to be gone the week before Christmas. So I was a stress bucket. I broke out in whenever I get stressed, I get not canker sores. What do you call them? Like fever blisters on my nose.
Ailment.
That happened.
Ailment.
So I'm just, getting all the Christmas done. It has to be done because we're not coming back to Christmas Eve. And I'm lock down the house, turn on all the alarms. We locked the garage. Everything was locked up. And I said, and we're not posting anything because we don't want people to know we're out of town. The minute we hit the runway.
No, not the minute we hit the runway.
In Jamaica.
No.
Well, the minute we got in the car.
No.
I don't know. As soon as he started posting we were out of town. It's what are you doing?
I rolled into the Jamaica airport terminal, and you remember those three dudes, Dred Zeppelin or...
Right. So the minute we got to the airport, basically the same thing. The minute we get to Jamaica, you start posting.
In Barely Living Color or whatever the name of that band was.
Why can't you wait?
Those guys were good.
Why can't you wait?
But that one dude must have been about 120 years old.
Everybody knew we weren't home then. That follows you on Instagram.
You know what? Our neighbors, they run surveillance around this place. You think anybody's getting past our neighbors?
I don't know. Half of them were out of town too, but we weren't telling everybody.
Well, Mr.
Security
didn't turn out to be a problem.
Thankfully it didn't. And then I told Alan when we get home, send me all the pictures you took. I still haven't posted a thing. I'm the worst. I'm the worst on social media. I should just cancel my whole account.
But that's not what we're going to talk about on the 2022. We're going to talk about the Jamaica trip a little bit.
That is what we're talking about.
Oh, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I'm doing the rundown. We're going to talk about our bucket list or whatever, resolutions.
Whatever.
I don't even call them what.
It's a to-do list.
Yeah.
A glorified to-do list.
Yeah, and I don't care what you call them.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
All the joy has been sucked out of me.
I'm so sorry. Isn't that what a wife is for?
And I would just like to tease. We've got so much happened over the holidays. We've got so much to talk about. There's no way we're going to get to talk about it all tonight.
We'll run out of stuff to talk about, and it's just the first show of 2022.
Yeah, Kellie probably doesn't remember. I think I told her this. I'm going to tease this for upcoming podcasts. So don't only listen today. Listen to next week. Listen to the week after that, because we got some good stuff. I had a battle of the a-holes moment at a Sunglass Hut in a Bass Pro. It was a Sunglass Hut store in a Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah.
I had a battle. And
you're not going to tell that
I'm not going to tell that today. I'll tell that next podcast.
Well, you better write that down somewhere because now people are going to expect it.
So that happened over the holidays. I also had all this time I thought you were the a-hole. Well, it turns out I'm the a-hole moment, like me and Luke, my friend in Montana, one of those kind of moments. But that one happened at Starbucks. I had one of those moments.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I was out amongst the people over the holidays.
Yeah.
You know?
When we got back from Jamaica.
Right. So just teasing those two things because they're pretty good stories. You'll want to listen to you'll want to listen to this one and also next week.
Just get through this podcast. Make sure you come back for the next one. That's going to be the really good one.
We got good stuff that we're going to talk about Jamaica, man. Hey, man. I was called man.
A lot. I was called man.
You were called man or lady.
That's just a thing. Yeah.
But I love it when they call you man. That's awesome.
One lady called me man.
Yeah, one lady called you
One
man.
lady. I was like, oh, she just out of habit. That was just, like sometimes say thank you, sir, to a woman. You don't
Yeah.
need to. Yeah, but you got called Mon a lot. That's the bit.
Well, that's just like
Like, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
they just
sir.
say that like sir.
Yeah,
or-
yeah, ma.
Like in Mexico,
Yeah,
they
ma.
call me Senor Evans.
Yeah.
Here they call me Mom.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what we did not, when Alan and I, you've heard us talk about our usual vacations, we just go to the resort and park our butts there and don't leave. And as we were leaving Jamaica to go back to the airport, I was like, man, I kind of regret we didn't get out a little bit and explore Jamaica because, you know, at the resort, you don't really feel like you're in Jamaica, except for people saying, yeah, man, all the time. I mean, it's a pretty beach, but there's not like, I don't know what it was supposed to feel like. You know what I mean?
Well, we were isolated.
We were isolated.
Yeah, we were
a
at the
lot.
resort. It was
And there
very,
wasn't a ton of people there. It was, you know, right before the holiday. They said after we left, they were expecting a lot of people.
Secrets Wild Orchid, hashtag not an ad,
No, we didn't get a discount.
paid every single penny of
Yeah,
that.
that's fine. I kind of prefer that because then, you know, sometimes when, you know, being in this business, people will give you stuff.
Done.
And that's you too, honey. But then you don't feel like you can actually criticize it because it's like, well, man, it's like they gave me this really great gift. I can't really say anything negative now. But I kind of prefer a lot of times when we do pay for it. That way we can tell you the honest truth about our experience and whether or not we would recommend it or go back again, right?
And we're going to tell you about that experience after you do that. Do that.
You're already starting.
Yes,
You're
that.
already starting. How many minutes are we into the podcast and you're already ordering me
7.
around?
It's already too long. Do that.
No, it's not. Sometimes you gotta let it breathe.
What are you, a tattoo artist? Gotta let that breathe, man. Gotta give it some space.
Between tattoos, you mean?
Yeah, that's a something they say. Yeah, you want to let it breathe, man. Oh, sorry, babe.
Sorry, it's my fault. I
What
was trying
happened?
to get comfortable.
What happened?
I was trying to be comfortable and it didn't work.
You're doing
obviously.
woman spread and you hiked a
Yeah.
knee up a chair.
Something like that.
Okay.
I just can't get comfortable. It comes with old age that ladies just can't get comfortable. All right. So Alan wants me to get to this and that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what, when Alan and I travel, I know a lot of people, it's the same too. You go to these hotels, you sleep on their beds or pillows. You're like, oh my gosh, this is like this luxury 5-star resort. I wish I could have this feeling at home. But I'll tell you what, I don't have to worry about, I wish I had this great feeling at home because Alan and I sleep on a Helix.
Felix.
I was combining the two. Helix sleep is the best sleep you will ever have. So you don't have to go away to a 5-star resort. It's like you have that in your own bedroom. Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just 2 minutes to complete. It matches your body type and your sleep preferences. I mean, a lot of us are side sleepers. I think that's the most common one, right? But there's an occasional back sleeper or a stomach sleeper. I don't know how you people do that.
You stomach sleepers are weird.
Weirdos, but Helix can match you up with a mattress for you weird stomach sleepers. Why would you buy a mattress made for someone else? With Helix, you're getting a mattress you know is going to be perfect for the way you sleep. And everybody is unique, and Helix knows that. So they've got a lot of different mattress models to choose from. Soft, medium, firm mattresses. Mattresses great for cooling you down if you sleep hot. Even a Helix plus size mattress if you need it for a plus size person. Alan took the Helix quiz for us. We were matched with the Helix Dusk Luxe.
Dusk Luxe.
And it actually was the mattress I never knew I needed. I always thought I wanted a softer mattress, but Alan took the quiz and we were like, let's trust the quiz. We're going to take the quiz and we're going to go against what it says.
No, we took their recommendation.
It's got the perfect amount of firmness.
Perfect amount of firmness, but a
Softness.
little give too. You know, just the right amount of give.
And Alan, we went with the king size finally. That's why we went with Helix in the first place. I go to bed earlier now. We have to go to bed and sleep up under each other. Not anymore, ladies and gentlemen. I go to bed. He can come in at whatever hour of the night and he doesn't wake me up. We love our Helix mattress. And it's also awesome to watch the unboxing process. When it arrives on your doorstep, you're not going to believe that king size mattress, if that's what you get too, fits in that box. So if you're looking for a mattress, take the quiz, order the mattress you're matched to. It's coming right to your door, shipped for free. Never have to go to a mattress store again. It's awesome, but don't take our word for it. Helix is awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2020 by GQ and Wired Magazine. They need to get on that 2021 too. Go to helixsleep.com/sandwich, take that 2-minute quiz and get the best sleep of your life. They have a 10-year warranty. You get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but we know you will.
And Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattresses, 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/sandwich. That's helixsleep.com/sandwich for up to $200 off and 2 free pillows.
Hey, that's a better offer. We didn't get the 2 free pillows. This is a great offer for our listeners.
It's a better offer
It's
than
a
we
better
got.
offer. Yes.
Better offer than we
Y'all are
got.
so lucky.
That's a good offer.
Y'all really do need to take advantage of
That was
that.
a marketing promotion.
All right, listen, before we get to our New Year's resolutions, or our bucket list, whatever we're going to call it in Jamaica, is your Christmas tree still up? Because my mother Price always said, got to have it down before New Year's Eve.
Yeah, that was kind of the bit at the Evans residence. Too.
Yeah, because it'd be
With my
bad
mom.
luck.
Yeah, with my mom.
But my friend Deontay is Catholic. She said, no. We don't take it down until January 6th because of Epiphany.
Yeah, now my mom's doing that.
Yep,
Yeah,
because it's a Catholic thing.
Right.
And then they said also, so some people do it down before New Year's Eve or on New Year's Eve, but before January 1st, bad luck. That's what we do. I think it's just an excuse to get it done, right? January 5th, if you take your tree down on that day, that's considered the 12th day of Christmas. Did you know that?
The 12th day of
The
Christmas
first day
is
of
on
Christmas
January
is
5th?
Christmas Day.
Okay.
And so the 12th day of Christmas is January 5th.
Okay.
That's the last of the 12 days. And then you've got the next day, January 6th, Epiphany. I was driving around the neighborhood tonight and so many houses still completely lit up. Some houses, I went down a different path tonight. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I'd seen this house earlier. It's beautiful. I know that they're getting ready to take it down.
Well, on the afternoon of New Year's Eve here in God's country, Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth country, Plano suburb, it turned really cold. So if you didn't do it by New Year's Eve morning, you were going to have to do it in the cold.
Yeah, it went from like 70 degrees to 20.
Yeah, seriously. That's no
like
exaggeration.
2 hours.
That's no exaggeration.
This is Texas.
That morning, Dylan and I were over scooping minnows out of a pond or stream over there.
Short sleeves.
In our short sleeves. And then he wanted to go for a bike ride. We did that.
I went to walk the dog, and when I walked out, I'm like, ooh, it's nice little nip in the air. And I was like, get my butt home fast, because within 30 minutes it was freezing.
So maybe that's why so many people still have their decor up.
Maybe. Or they're Catholic.
Whoa.
Why is that whoa? Celebrating Epiphany.
Okay.
Anyway. All right. So while we were in Jamaica, you want to talk about Jamaica first?
Yeah. Just real quick, though. I saw a nativity scene. Okay. The traditional nativity scene in someone's yard.
Yeah.
And standing in the manger.
Standing in it?
Yes. With baby Jesus.
Don't tell me.
Joseph, Mary, gold, frankincense, Frankenstein, and myrrh, the 3 wise men.
Frankincense.
Yeah, whoever. All the animals was none other than Din Djarin and Grogu.
I thought you were going to say Baby Yoda. Yeah, I didn't see that, but I assumed. Yeah.
Why are Din Djarin and Grogu?
Is Din Djarin the Mandalorian?
The Mandalorian, yeah. Why is Din Djarin and Grogu in the manger?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
That's just a really.
I mean, to each his own on the creative direction on your Christmas decorations.
Some people have Santa bowing down to the manger. I mean, they just find it. Well, they do, like Santa's worshiping Jesus to remind you it's not about Santa; it's about baby Jesus.
Do you know Santa and Satan have the same letters in their
I
names?
did not realize that. Why would you do that?
They both wear red.
Why would you do that?
They both have magical powers.
Satan does not wear red. That's somebody's artistic rendering of what Satan they think.
They both have magical powers.
What are you doing?
No one's ever seen either one of them.
What are you doing?
I'm just telling you the similarities. They both have little elves that help them. Okay, get the train back on the tracks here. What were you going to talk about?
Jamaica.
Jamaica, man.
Or the devil and Santa. Whatever.
We had no problem getting there. It was pretty easy trip getting there.
What?
Hold on. Until we showed up at the Jamaica airport. I wasn't going to throw anyone under the bus.
Babe, we're talking about the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. We were panicked. What are you talking about? Have you
I wasn't panicked. You were panicked.
We got to the airport. We had no clue. We got there 2 hours early thinking it's going to be a break. You would not believe the lines. It was a nightmare.
Kellie
I was calm as I could be. Calm as I could be.
Her rear end was puckered up 99%.
Calm as I could be. And I was praying the entire time. And we finally got up there and we barely made it. We barely made it, but we made it.
We made it. It was fine. In fact, we made it to the gate, and then there was no crew. So then we waited around another 30
But
minutes.
we did not know that was going to be the case.
Yeah.
It was, it was fine.
But when we got to Jamaica, there was some buffoonery.
Well, I don't want to go ahead and tell it. You say I talk all the time.
No.
So when I pause to let you talk, you're like,
this was a big deal trip. We were in business class on the way. Like we were sitting in
a pod.
I had my own pod.
It was Alan's 50th birthday. So I splurged.
They gave you like a real meal in real utensils.
Yeah, it was
like
crazy.
Metal utensils.
It was crazy.
Like, this is crazy.
When we got there, Alan said, because I don't know, I guess went to the bathroom. He came back. He said, they're not going to be serving food on this flight, so go get snacks. So I went to go get some Auntie Anne's pretzels, Auntie Annie's, whatever. I was like, I'm going to eat something because I haven't had anything. And then we get in there and they serve us a full meal. I'm like, oh, well, it was fun.
Yeah. But that was sweet. The pods were sweet.
So nice.
We get to the airport and there's supposed to be a lady with our name on a sign. It's supposed to say Evans.
Yeah.
We saw a lady that had Evans on her sign. We went to her. Wrong Evans.
Not us.
Not Walter A. and Kellie R. Evans.
No. Different Evans.
Different Evans. So then we started to panic.
Yeah. There's a service there that you can pay. It's not horrible.
Oh, it's great.
It was like $80 round trip per person, I think.
Yeah. But
now I cannot remember the name of it. Can you look it up?
Mobay.
Club Mobay. If you ever go to Jamaica, it is worth it.
It's like Jamaica's airport's version of the people who take you through Disneyland.
Yeah, VIP service.
It's like concierge service.
So if our name had been on that sign, there was a big screw up. The woman, I guess, because Alan says I panic, but I'm also. I think people can see that I'm not trying to take advantage. I'm not trying to dupe them. This is a really genuinely person like we're screwed because we don't know what we're doing. But Club Mobay, so what they do is they meet you there when you get off the plane and the woman escorts you, or the gentleman, they escort you right through customs, to get your bags right through customs. They take you around all those lines. It's absurd how long those lines are, and you go right through.
People shoot you dirty looks. Like, why are they going?
Because
first?
We pay for it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know about it, so we're telling you, Club Mobay,
Club
Mobay,
Mobay.
And then they have like a lounge area. Now it's not, like the Ritz-Carlton or something super fancy, but it's nice. It's clean. They have clean bathrooms.
What are you talking about, man? Rum punch. I'll get you on a rum punch, man.
Well, they'll bring you cocktails. They'll bring you little snacks and things in case you have. Your flight's delayed or whatever. And so that's really, really a nice thing.
But we weren't on the list.
We weren't. We got it. The lady took pity on me. I was like, but our name's Evans and we're supposed to have it. And I showed her the email and everything. And
why were we on the list?
Well, something got mixed up with
who mixed this up.
What do you want me to say names? What are you doing?
I want to know what happened. I want to know what happened.
You know what happened.
What happened?
Well, why don't you say it since you want to throw somebody under the bus so
I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus.
You're trying as hard as you can.
I'm not. I just want the listener to know what happened.
There was a mix-up and we weren't on the list.
Okay.
But the lady took pity on me because she could see who I'm traveling with, this guy, and says, come with me, I got you.
This guy?
Yes, listen to you. So come with me. I got you.
You're not starting off 2022 very nice.
So then we didn't have the car service straight either. It was just like one fiasco after the other.
And this guy, no, seriously, this guy is on his birthday trip.
You're like, I ain't doing
shit.
He's like, I ain't doing nothing.
Soles of my feet.
And here's Kellie cussing the first podcast of the year.
Whoa.
He literally did nothing.
Birthday trip. You're valid. Birthday trip.
Kellie, figure it out.
Birthday trip. You're valid. I had my soles of my feet up on the table, kicking back rum punch after rum punch. I wasn't really, but I was kicking back rum punch after rum punch.
And leaving me to worry about it.
Well, babe, I didn't have any of the information. You had corresponded with the person that did all this.
Well, I figured it out, didn't I? Figured it out. But Club Mobay, though, honestly, if you do it, it's worth it. For us, it was worth more going into Jamaica than coming out. Now, because our flight was on time leaving Jamaica, if it had been delayed or something like a 2 or 3 hour delay, it would have been so worth it because you're sitting in the lounge free cocktails, free snacks and everything, in a nice bathroom and Wi-Fi and all that stuff. Highly recommend it.
So we get in the car. They drive on the wrong side of the road. Kind of freaked me out a little bit.
They drive because they're, I guess, were they ever a British?
Good eye, mate. Yeah.
So they drive on the
left side. And the driver's on the right side.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, you're just like, I don't understand what's happening. But uneventful. You engaged with the driver per usual.
I try.
On the way to the hodl. We
find that if you're nice to people, that they usually will try to help you out.
Mm-hmm. 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 You ever try that with your podcast partner?
I try that with people who aren't my podcast partner while you sit there knocking back rum punches.
So we get to Secret's Wild Orchid.
All inclusive, all adult.
Gorgeous.
That's what we prefer.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Very intimate. Much smaller than, we've talked about the Valentin Imperial in Mexico, which we're sprawling, which we love. We've been there 5-something times. We love it. That's a huge place. Sprawling. This very compared to Valentin, small, but had everything. Beautiful beach.
It might have had the same amount of rooms. It was just more compact.
Yeah.
The buildings, they're not like spread out like they are at Valentin Imperial.
Great restaurants.
And the beach was nice, white sand.
Yeah, white sand, clear water.
It was cool, but comfortable enough to get in. Once you got
in,
you
could get in the water. It wasn't bad at all.
And it was real still because it's on the Caribbean. But apparently there had been a storm out at sea after we were there a couple of days, and the waves were coming in. And it was like some really big waves for a couple of days there. A lot of jellyfish.
Saw some jellyfish. Yeah, there were some jellyfish.
Watch out for the jellyfish. But other than that,
but lots of fish.
Yeah,
you could just snorkel right there on the beach.
Yeah,
like tropical fish. It was really cool. Like little sand dollars people were finding, urchins, all kinds of cool wildlife and stuff.
I have fun looking for I like to find the tiniest little perfect shells, like the little conch shells and stuff that are teeny tiny. Those are fun. That's what I do.
But let me give a shout out.
Yes.
To my man.
We got two men.
My men, my guys. We somehow, and I didn't know this till we got to the resort.
Because I took care of everything.
That Kellie Rasberry Evans is part of this deal for my birthday, the year of Allen. We somehow were on it's called the preferred area at the resort, which we learned was kind of the quiet area, probably more of the honeymoon area.
Yeah.
Less of the party stuff.
Right.
And our package came with butler service.
Y'all.
No, real butlers. And one gentleman's name was Kenroy, and the other gentleman's name was Tajay. Two of the nicest guys I've ever met. Just nice.
They give you this teeny tiny phone.
Little phone.
And the only person it calls is Tajay and Kenroy.
Yep.
And you call them when you need anything, but we don't really need anything because I guess we're not used to how the butler system works. So we would come back to the room and they would just do stuff for us because we weren't asking for anything.
They would just bring us like a shrimp cocktail on the beach.
They bring us like platters of cheese. And I went back to the room one night and they were like, "We've got a surprise for you in the room." I was like, "Okay." So I walked back in the room and I'm like, "I don't see anything." And then I walked in the bathroom and they had filled the tub with bubbles and flowers and they spelled out "One Love." Apparently the theme of Jamaica is the same as Raising Cane's chicken. One love. Who knew?
One heart, one love.
One love. And then the next day we came home and honestly the tub was so filled. Oh yeah, I could get in it. If Alan got in it, that thing would have overflowed. Can you
imagine?
The water would have dispersed and it would have been a mess.
Our two big bodies in that thing.
That was not happening. And then the next day we came home and they did Kenroy did swans and hearts and he took flowers and he took the petals. It's so intricate what he did.
They spent so much
time for me just to go, well, that was pretty. And then you have to like knock it off and get in bed. You feel horrible.
But it wasn't stuff. I mean, that stuff's cool.
Cool.
But they would do stuff like you don't want to mess with when you're on vacation. Like if you're trying to set up dinner reservations for the entire week, normally you got to call the concierge. You got to say, okay, I want to do like Mexican this night. It's not that big a deal, but you just kick it to Kenroy. You say, my man. He's like, well, what do you want to eat? What night? And we were like, we don't care. Just we want to pick something. We want to eat about 7:30 each night. That's fine. 7:30, 8, whatever. He set up dinner reservations the entire week. Every morning we'd call Ken Roy and say, we're on our way to the beach. He'd meet us either by our room or at the beach. He'd set up our chairs and our little table for us. He'd bring us a cooler every morning with our drinks in it, with waters and with, what does he have in there?
Coke Zero.
Coke Zero.
They don't have Pepsi products.
Yeah. Wow. I bet Ken
Well,
Boy,
you know
if he
how
could
I
have got
feel
his hands
about
on
that.
some, he'd have brought some.
Man, I told Alan, I said, I just can't wait to get home and have a Diet Pepsi. I got home, I was like guzzling Diet Pepsi.
But I was reading about the butler service. They would have, if we had called and requested it, they would have come, put our clothes up for us.
Yeah, we don't
folded
know.
clothes.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, me either.
I know,
but
that's so weird.
I know, but
people do it.
But we didn't take advantage of them. We just every once in a while we'd say, "Hey, do you mind seeing what's up for lunch, or can you bring us lunch at like 2:30?" And they totally would every time.
Yeah.
They just never seemed to be put out by anything we asked for. It was just
really nice.
They were just the nicest guys.
It was just part of the package.
Yeah, it was part of the package.
Not everybody got to use the package, but anyway, like I said, that was the end of the year of Alan, and he enjoyed every minute of it.
I did.
I stressed out and got us all situated. Coming back, not a problem. The line at customs, though, we were like, oh.
Well, hold on. Before we came back.
What?
Our last night, we did and we didn't do any excursions. We didn't do any activities. We didn't do anything like that. We pretty much just sat on our big fat butts on the beach.
We probably should have done an excursion.
Yeah, well, we watched
the
people.
people next to us, there's a hot tub on your patio.
Oh, gosh.
We came home from dinner one night, and the husband was splayed out. He was not splayed out. He was like face down, hugging the side of the tub.
Mm-hmm.
And his wife, she saw us coming.
Mm-hmm.
She just dropped her robe, butt naked.
Yep.
And you know how graceful, ladies, it is to get into a big tub,
real tall
naked,
tub. Yeah,
slung that leg
over,
slung the rest of her body in there, and huddled up behind her
passed out man.
Were living their best lives,
and he was nude.
They were living their best lives.
And they were our next door neighbors too.
They were very nice.
We
met them later.
Yeah, we met them later.
We were like, well, we sort of met your wife last night, but I don't think she remembered that.
That was kind of interesting. We met him, and he peeked around the little corner because our swim up rooms were kind of connected by a partition, you know? Yeah. And he kind of peeked his head around the corner.
We wanted to know if his music was bothering.
Yeah,
us.
We engaged with him for a minute, and then he asked us what kind of. I was not trying to not engage.
You don't like to engage,
but I wasn't over engaging.
Yeah, so I was happy.
So Kellie was, because I had my headphones on and I was reading. So
Alan is not interested in engaging, y'all.
So Kellie started to engage, and then I think she told.
He's like, what type of music would you like? And I'm like,
right.
I don't know. I said, we like rock.
She told new
I was trying to do something for you.
She told new gentlemen that I like Guns N' Roses. Then he started playing some like Guns N' Roses deep cuts.
Bad.
Deep cuts.
And he finally had to peek around the corner. He said, I think I'm going to have to change the channel. He said, I'm not really into that.
Explicit.
Explicit.
Well, it wasn't deviltry.
It was terrible.
It wasn't deviltry. It was.
Oh, was it about Santa Claus?
It was foul language.
It was bad. He's like, I'm sorry. I was like, I didn't know.
I was like, man, that's not very.
I only hear what they play on the radio.
It's not very relaxing. But anyway, our last night there. Should we talk about our last night there, or should you do that?
Whatever you want.
Why don't you do that? Then we'll talk about our last night in Jamaica and what we did with your little red book.
What interferes with your happiness? Is it a husband that refuses to engage and says, you figure it out? Or is that just me? I'm kidding. Listen, a lot of us, especially with the new year, we're like, I'm going to make my mental health a priority. I want my happiness to be a priority. 2021, look, a lot of people went through a lot of stuff. And more people are realizing it really does help to have someone to talk to, a neutral party, because you can go to a friend or your husband or something, and they're going to be maybe biased or whatever. You need to go to a professional. And that's where BetterHelp comes in. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. And you can connect in a safe, private online environment. It's so convenient. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. And this is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. This is professional counseling. It is done securely online. Anything you share is completely confidential. You can send a message to your counselor anytime to get timely, thoughtful responses, or you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, and you never have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room again. BetterHelp is committed to making sure you have a great therapeutic match. So if you're not feeling like this is the therapist for me, that's okay. They make it free to change counselors if you need to do that. And it's more affordable than traditional offline counseling with financial aid available. And listen, if you're in a small town and maybe you're lucky enough to have a therapist in town, you can't expect them to be well-versed in every single area. And that's the beauty of BetterHelp, because they have a worldwide pool of therapists who will specialize in what you're dealing with. So I'd love you to check it out. You can check out their testimonials posted every day on their site. And we have a special offer for you.
Yeah,
too.
we do. And we want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener of ours, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/sandwich. So join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/sandwich.
Yay. All right.
Yeah,
our
so
last night there.
Just had a fabulous time relaxing. But our last night there, we had our travel agent we were working with. He set up a beachside romantic dinner for Kellie and I. Just the two of us.
Nice.
Just the two of us.
So
no one else
nice.
around. And we were out on this platform. Like, what do you call that thing? A pagoda? Is it a pagoda?
A gondola? No.
Gondola?
What do you call that thing? It's sort of like a gazebo.
A gazebo, yeah.
Gazebo.
We were on a beachside gazebo, I'd say 150 yards out, kind of in the ocean.
Yeah, you have to like walk down a bridge or whatever. Yeah. And then we're out there, and there's a wall there, a retaining wall, I guess you call it, and the waves, because that storm had come in, so the waves were crashing.
You could,
the first night we got there, I guess a lot of people were leaving, and we saw like half a dozen people having these dinners on the beach. But the night we were doing it, we were the only ones.
And nice night. Temperature was perfect. We had mountains in the background, the ocean right there, the stars. They set up all these little candles for us. It kind of reminded me of one of those like bachelorette bits, like romantic dinners. It was nice.
But unlike I told Alan, unlike the bachelor and bachelorette at those dinners where they don't eat, we eat. They have all this food on their TV and they won't eat because they don't want to show food shoving in their mouth. They don't know Kellie and Alan Evans. We were eating like there was no tomorrow, and it was fabulous.
Like a fat man at a Hot Wings convention.
But I did not take our little red leather book with us to Jamaica, so we borrowed the little notepad from Secrets Wild Orchid Resort. And as is our tradition, Alan always goes first.
Oh, yeah. So we made our 2022 resolutions,
bucket list, or whatever you want to call it.
Bucket list, to-do list, whatever. My year was so large in 2021. Doesn't mean I'm not going to shoot for the stars in 2022. But I'm having a problem coming up with some stuff that I either haven't done before or I really, really want to do.
That's the thing.
So some of these may sound a little redundant and more on the resolution side. But there were a couple.
See, now he's coming around to my thinking, because I said there's no way every year you can come up with something you want to do before you die and fulfill it. You just run out of stuff to do.
I can. And number one is I want to get the Iron Butt Award, which is going 1,000 miles in 24 hours on a motorcycle.
Didn't you do that?
No, I almost did it when I went to Sturgis, but I didn't do it in 24 hours. Oh. It took me like 2 days. But you got to go 1,000 miles in 24 hours. It's difficult to do. So I want to do it. That's why I want to do it. I think there's a website you can go to, and you have to submit your like gas receipts and pictures of your odometer.
Oh, to prove that you
did it. And all you get is like a freaking patch but
you still did it.
Yeah.
It's the satisfaction.
Yeah, it's right.
More than anything.
To say you did it. But I figured I could maybe knock that out if you go somewhere for whenever, spring break or whatever. And I could.
But we're not going to tell anybody when that is.
Yeah. And I could, I could ball hammer to Las Vegas or something.
What does that mean?
Ball hammer?
Yeah.
Like you're just hammering your balls as fast as you can.
Why would you do that?
To make you run faster? I don't know.
How would that make you run faster?
It's just an expression, babe.
Every time I see somebody get hit there, they fall to their floor in the fetal position.
You've heard me say ball hammer before.
I can't recall that.
Okay, that was number one. Number two, a little redundant. I want to go to another city I've never been to.
That's on both of our bucket lists every year.
I want to keep.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I want to keep doing that.
I know. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because someday when I'm an old man, I'm gonna look back and say, "Well, I don't have time to do it now." Well, you should have done it when you're in your 50s, dude. So I'm gonna go to another city I haven't been to.
Are we gonna name the city? We tried that the year of COVID.
Yeah,
we were
that
supposed to go
didn't
to
work.
Boston.
I've never been to
apart.
Boston. I've never been
I want to go to
to.
Maine.
Yeah, I've
I
never
wanna go up
been
to
anywhere
New
in
England,
Maine.
other than New York and Philadelphia and all of. I've never been past New York.
How about Montana? We got friends in Montana. My man,
And we
Luke,
have apparently a place to stay.
my man Luke and Heidi are up in
Never
Montana.
been to Montana. Never been to Seattle. You have though, haven't you?
No, I've been to Vancouver. I haven't been to Seattle.
Yeah, there's a lot of places.
Yeah. So anyway, that's number two. Number three, this isn't a bucket list because I've done this. So this is more of a resolution. Get a tattoo. And I left it really open-ended because I don't know if it's going to be a back. I don't know if it's going to be a leg. I don't know if it's going to be a neck. I don't know if it's going to be a.
You're not doing those body parts.
I don't know if it's going to be a chest, but it's going to be somewhere.
You're not getting.
It's going to be somewhere.
Or a leg. Alan's going to probably get a chest or a back.
Number four is I want to create a really cool game room upstairs. So Kellie in 21 for my birthday bought me a pinball machine. It's so cool.
Present, yeah. It's the Mandalorian.
Yeah. And I hung my Barracuda up there, but I want to decorate
it's real eclectic.
Yes. I want to decorate it really nice and make it a cool game room for the kids and for if we have people over to go up there and hang out and play games and, whatever we decide to get as far as other games. But I want to decorate it really nice. We've got a lot of cool sports memorabilia, signed stuff. I want to hang that on the walls. So that's number four. Number five, I've got to finish this office. This office is out of control.
It's pretty bad. But then I'm back in it because the Kid Craddock show is back at home this week.
Omicron.
Yeah.
And
we're all getting tested Thursday.
Yeah. And then number six, it's a health thing. Kellie's friend, Kristen, who is a personal trainer and a bodybuilder and a fitness competitor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's super into nutrition. She gave me a plan last year that I was following for about 6 months before we went to Mexico. And I was feeling right. I think I was in the best shape of my life at 50 years old. I want to get back on that plan. And I kind of started today, actually. And then you track macros. You could eat whatever you want. You just eat the right amount of carbs, fats, and proteins. It's real heavy protein based. But I want to stick to her.
For you, it would be different for someone else.
Yeah. But I want to stick to that plan and her exercise plan because, what do they say? Swimsuit bodies are built in the winter, early spring. In the kitchen. I don't know.
Something's built in the kitchen.
Abs are built in the kitchen.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either. Obviously, we're not.
We need to come up with a good saying for that.
Yeah, right. And then I have some others that are kind of boring, but
boring or personal.
Well, no. Drink more water, learn something new, pick up a new skill, spend more time with Kellie. On Tuesdays, we're going to try to do a movie night.
Tuesday night, date night. Because Alan and I, there's so many movies and things. We're like, we've never seen it. Now, Matrix, we were going to go see Matrix Revolutions over Christmas, but Alan had never seen any of the Matrix. And I said, I don't think I've seen any of them except for the very first one. And I loved it. I love Keanu Reeves. I remember all the cool fight moves. So Alan went to Half Price Books and bought, was there 3 of them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
3 Matrix movies.
On Blu-ray, yeah.
We were going to cram the movies before we went to see it in the theater. Well, while we were in Jamaica, the Matrix original was playing on TNT or something with limited commercial interruption. Mm-hmm. Y'all, I forgot how boring that movie was. It was so slow at the beginning. And I remember at the end, all those beautiful fight scenes, the slow-mo, and he's dodging the bullets and everything. I remember how exciting it was. We didn't make it through the whole movie. And now Alan's wasted all that money. Matrix movies.
I love Keanu Reeves.
love
I think he's a
him.
great guy.
I love him.
his movies. I just love him as a person. He's a good guy.
I love him.
And this is the second time I've tried to watch The Matrix, and
wasn't
both
good.
times I've fallen asleep.
I know.
I can't stay awake.
It wasn't.
It's-
It wasn't what I remember.
I don't understand why. Because I get into it, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be awesome, and I watch it, and then about an hour in,
Slow.
I'm asleep.
But let me tell you, I just saw a blurb online before we started the podcast tonight, that Keanu Reeves donated 70% of his salary from Matrix Revolutions to cancer research.
I saw that. Leukemia. Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
Because his sister had leukemia.
He is an awesome human being.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love him.
Yeah,
I feel like we should go see it just for that.
Well, he said that probably the same article you saw.
I just saw the blurb. I haven't opened it yet.
His sister, when she was younger, had leukemia. And he said that when he was a struggling actor, she was always helping him with stuff. And he said, there's no way I'm going to forget what she did for me when I was coming up and struggling. He didn't say what it was, but he said, so now, I'm definitely trying to help her as much as I can. And it sounds like financially he's helping her. And he's spending time helping her. Like he was caring for her too. So yeah, he's a cool guy.
He is cool. But Matrix Revolutions, I don't know if we're going to end up seeing.
I don't know.
I'll just make a donation to cancer. All right. So my list, not a bucket list, not a resolution. I don't know what it is, but it's my list.
This is just your list for 2022.
The only thing I really kind of did for sure from last year's list is I did finish reading the Bible on New Year's Eve.
You should be proud of that.
I finished it.
That's pretty amazing.
I was very proud of myself.
That's freaking amazing.
Because I got really far behind in the Old Testament. And I mean, it's just a lot of that is really hard to get through. And I really appreciate the Bible recap. People, that's what I get DM'd about most of all. What app did you use? And I'm like, well, it's a podcast and it's called the Bible Recap, which sounds like an app, but it's the Bible Recap. I think it was the #2 podcast in the world. I think Tara Lee Cobble, she's the host, and she posted that.
Really?
Yeah, because a lot of people are doing it. And if you start, whether you start on January 1 or you you don't get around to it until June or whatever, always start on day 1, which is January 1, because that's how she times it out on the calendar. Don't dive in the middle because it's in chronological order. So even though maybe on January 1, you're reading in Genesis, I don't remember right now, but the next day you might be reading in Leviticus or something. It bounces around because it's in chronological order. But yeah, some of the parts were really difficult to get through. I've been in church. I grew up in the church. I went to Florence Baptist Temple. I was there every time the doors opened. I went to Florence Christian School. I had a Bible class every single day. I went to Liberty University. I was very, I had a lot of Bible lessons. There were so many things in the Bible that I had never been taught before. I guess because all preachers find,
their favorite ones,
their favorite stories or whatever. But there was so much in there I never knew was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I really got a lot out of it. I enjoyed it. Some parts, I'll be honest, I didn't enjoy some parts. When you're sitting there reading numbers and it's just names and numbers, I'm like, I don't even know what this is. But Tara Lee Cobble that hosts it, she narrates it. Let me tell you this, a little tip if you're going to do it. She talks so slow that I listen to her on 1.5 speed and it sounds normal. That's how slow she is. So that's a little tip for you too. But she'll get something, she calls it her God shot. And at the end of every podcast, she'll say, what was your God shot? This is what I got out of it today. And it's like, wow, that was really great. Because how did you get something out of, Joseph begat this, begat that, begat that. But she always got something out of it. So it was really incredible. That's hashtag not an ad, but the Bible Recap app.
Okay.
So I already did that. I accomplished that. So this year, visit a city I've never visited before. That's always on both of our lists.
Yeah.
Y'all might have noticed if you watch us on YouTube that I've gotten a little out of control the past couple of years with COVID and with menopause and all that stuff. And I am out of control.
What does that mean? I don't think so.
I've gained a lot of weight.
You haven't gained a lot of weight. No, you haven't. You don't look much different.
Alan, my face is about to explode.
Your face isn't about
I'm not
to
being
explode.
self-deprecating. You know what? I don't say, it was so interesting. I've been watching a lot of the celebrities. Like, I don't know if y'all follow celebrities like I do. I kind of have to for work. Valerie Bertinelli, BB Rexa. They're all getting in on their social media and they're crying about, their weight and everything. And I've been there. I've been that person that was ashamed of my body, but I'm not in that place anymore. When Alan and I were in Jamaica, I was wearing my bathing suit and walking around. I wasn't wearing a bikini, but I'm like, you know what? My body is what it is. I would love it to be thinner. I'm not crying about it. I'm not beating myself up over it. Am I?
No,
not really. But I can't fit into my clothes. That's my problem. I've literally got like 3 outfits on rotation right now because that's all I can fit into. So getting back down a little bit. It's on my list.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
Well, I'll tell you how I've done it before.
Well, MyFitnessPal.
MyFitnessPal.
Counting calories?
That is an app. And, it's calories in, burning it off, whatever. I didn't really work out with MyFitnessPal other than walking, but that's how I lost all my weight for my wedding.
Yeah.
It's just you set, like, if you want to lose, I don't think it lets you lose more than
2 pounds,
a week. It won't let you. I mean, you can lie to the app, but if you tell the truth, like I want to lose 1.5 pounds a week, you can say that. You plug in your information and it'll tell you how many calories you need to eat to reach that goal. And if you do it, you will reach it. And a lot of people are like, 1.5 pounds a week, that's so slow. It's really not. It comes off. You'll be surprised how fast it'll come off. Okay, anyway. I put down, I want to be a better wife and partner to Alan.
Wow.
Don't act like you're surprised.
Wow.
He's already heard this list.
What does that mean?
Well,
there's some details.
I'm going to stop flipping you off behind your back.
Well, that's a good start.
I literally stopped myself from doing that.
I think that's a good start. What else are you going to do?
I'm going to just try to be nicer.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
How do you mean?
I'm going to try.
What about on the podcast? You going to be nicer to Alan?
Well, are you going to be less irritating? Is that on your list?
When I'm asking you questions about what's on your list, why did you just turn that around and ask me what's on my list?
You didn't put be a better husband. You're perfect, right? I want to make a new friend. I want to make a brand new friend. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like a new one, like a real good one too.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of people in mind.
Oh, wow.
One that I kind of have met that I'd like to cultivate that. And then one that we keep running into each other at various social things. And I'm like, I really like her. So
Do I know these people?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing. Whatever friend you're going to make, they have to pass the AE sniff test.
Why?
Because I want to smell them.
That's creepy. Now, I don't think I'm going to do this. I put it on my list. I don't know what's wrong with me in social media. I put down I'm going to post on Instagram 3 times a week.
Guys, I've heard this for 5 years.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't take a lot of pictures of stuff. I don't know.
Here's business.
What's my problem?
Here's business AE making a proclamation. Kellie Rasberry Evans could bank if she would just post what she's doing in everyday life. I'm not saying she has to always you don't have to always do ads, but people are curious. They want to know what you're doing.
I know,
they want to know what you're thinking. They want to see your Bible app. They want to know where you are in the Bible. They want to know what you're wearing. They want to know how your weight loss is going. They want to know all these things. I mean, I think people are genuinely interested. And if you did this regularly, I think
I just don't.
You would have a lot more. You have some now, but you would have a lot more business opportunities in your social media.
I just don't think about it. I have not taken pictures for years. All my friends know my bit. Tag me, send me that later. I don't ever do it. I'm enjoying things. Today, okay, one of my other things, this is my Christmas gift to my mother. And I think this is a great gift if you're looking for something to give to your parents. I went to, it's Mondays with Mama. I'm doing all my Mondays in 2022 with Mama. And I went to Half Price Books and I got one of those page-a-day calendars that you rip off, you put on your desk. And I ripped out all the Mondays and I put them in a box, all the Mondays of 2022. And I gave it to her on Christmas. I said, I'm giving you all my Mondays in 2022. She thought it was really cool.
That was really nice.
And so today was the first Monday. You're listening to this on Tuesday, hopefully. But I said, whatever you want to do, Mama, it's the first Monday of 2022. And she said, I want you to come over and help me clean out my attic. She's been wanting to do that. And I don't want her going up and down those stairs, obviously. And so I went up there. I brought everything out of the attic. We went through all of that. It was a lot of food. I found my baby blanket that my grandmama Rasberry had made for me. And I was supposed to get that to use when Emma Kellie was born. And we forgot that it was up there. But I have it now. I have that baby blanket now. So I guess I'll give it to Emma Kellie one day. So anyway, Mondays with Mama. So that's a good idea if any of y'all are looking. Because when my mother Price got older, she said, stop giving me stuff. It's just junk at some point, your older parents. So what I used to do for my mother Price is I knew what she needed. Like she loved oil of Olay. She needed tinfoil. She needed toothpaste, deodorant. So I would just get all those things and wrap them up in presents. And she thought that was the most fun opening that. But Mondays with Mama. That's
so Mondays with Mama. What's the Tuesdays with me?
Tuesdays with Alan.
Was it Tuesdays with Turd Head or what's that going to be called?
Tuesdays with Alan. Nothing, no alliteration.
Tuesdays with.
But Alan, I said, we need to start, pick a show. We say every year, find a show. That's on our list every year.
Yellowstone,
find a
man.
show we can watch.
Yellowstone.
There's always something, Alan. But the thing is, when are we going to do it? We record podcasts Monday and Wednesday nights. We have the kids on Thursday night. Friday nights, usually, we can't ever say set in stone. We don't have something to do. Or if we have the kids. Tuesday nights, we are free.
Tuesday nights usually pretty free.
Tuesday nights are free. So Tuesday nights with Alan, that's going to be our date night. We're going to find, if y'all want to send us your recommendations for movies, TV shows, documentaries, anything you think we would enjoy watching on the boob tube, we would love to hear from you on that.
Speaking of boob tube.
What?
3 channels in Jamaica.
There was 3 porn channels in Jamaica.
Compared to 1 in Mexico.
I think there's 2 in Mexico.
Whoa! I just thought there was 1.
I don't know. You're flipping through. There's no way to avoid it.
There was 3. Like channel 113, 14, and 15.
Oh, you remember the numbers.
That one, first time.
Back to my list.
First time.
Why are you bringing that up?
Because you said boob tube. And it just reminded me of Jamaica, Mom.
Let's see. I read the Bible through. So now I've said, okay, so for this year, instead of reading the Bible, I want to have a daily devotional. And then the other ones are kind of personal.
From boob tube to daily devotional.
Yeah, but you did that.
Yeah.
That was on you.
Okay, babe. That's a good list.
Yeah.
See, I'm not judgy. I didn't say this is this and that's that.
That's because you changed your list this year.
I have bucket list items.
And to-dos.
Always since I've had a motorcycle, always wanted to do the Iron.
Yeah, right. Ever since I was a child,
Yeah. Well, that's a resolution. I came in and said that's a resolution.
I know. So that's what we're doing. We love to hear from you. Oh, you know what a lot of people are doing instead of doing resolutions, because they say you always fail, whatever, is you pick a word. That's the big trendy thing right now. I don't know if you saw that on social media. You pick the word that you want to be your word for 2022. And that's supposed to
lewd.
That's the word you want to use for your 2022.
I don't fresh.
How is that?
I don't know. You're putting me on the spot. I'm trying to come up with a word.
Silly. You think about it. If you haven't put any thought into it, you haven't seen anybody do that on social media. As much as you're on there.
Motivate.
You knew that was my word.
Oh, is it really?
Motivated.
I had no idea.
My word is motivated.
Is it really?
Motivated. So when I get up in the morning, I say, I am motivated, even though I don't know what I'm motivated about. But if you say your word, like first thing when you wake up in the morning, it does change your state a little bit.
Does it have to be one word? Or it could be a phrase.
It's supposed to be your word. But Alan, you do you. You do you.
How about go fast, don't die?
Is that really how you want to live 2022?
Yeah.
Fast as you can without dying?
Well, it doesn't mean just like fast as in speed.
That's why you need to
live life, don't die.
You know, live life fast, rush through
no,
it.
You're missing the point. It doesn't have to do with
so why don't
speed.
you just say don't die?
Because you have to go fast, live life, don't die.
Live, don't die. Okay.
Right.
If that's what you want your phrase to be, that's fine. For the rest of us, we're supposed to pick a word.
Okay. Well,
y'all might all have a word you could suggest for Alan.
Yeah, send me your word.
Send Alan your
Send
word.
me your word on how you want me to live 2022.
My word is motivated.
How about hermit?
Fine. You take some time to think about it.
I've got one. Engage.
I am engaged. That's what you're going to say.
But see,
You're
every
engaged.
time I try to engage, then I get into it and I have a battle of the assholes like I did with the guy at Sunglass Hut.
You can just have polite exchanges as
I was
well.
very polite. He was being a Rick.
All right. Well, y'all have to tune in next week or next podcast for that exciting story.
If you've listened to a lot of our podcast, I had a run-in one time with a barista at Starbucks, and he swore to God what he gave me was coffee, but he gave me tea.
Mm-hmm.
And I drank it, and it was tea. And I said, "This is tea."
And you want to say taste it, but you can't really do
right.
that.
He goes, "No, that's coffee." And I said, "No, that's tea." And he gets closer to my face, coffee, and I get closer to his. No, tea. It was one of those bits, but it has to do with sunglasses, which is so wheels off. I'll tell you next time.
I can't wait to hear it again because I already heard it.
You laughed when I told you the first time.
Was I practicing what was it? Let me go back to my list. Be a better wife and partner to Alan.
No, that's you. Like you just told me, you do you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do me.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna do me.
What does that mean?
I'm motivated.
All right, babe. You got anything else?
No.
Okay, this was fun. We talked about
it?
Jamaica Man, and we talked about our bucket list items, resolutions, to-do lists, punch lists, a punch list. That's what we have now. Punch lists. We're just punching items out. Not even bucket lists, just punch lists.
Well, it is what it is. It's a list.
And then we tease some stuff we'll talk about next time. I've got some letters we got to go through. My battle of the assholes, my another run-in at Starbucks. You've got some stuff I know you want to talk about.
No, it's going to be all you next time.
No,
There's no way.
I thought you had some stuff.
I'm saving it.
Oh, what about all the Christmas decoration stuff? About a new Christmas tree? Talk about that controversy.
Oh, that's
old news.
Save it till next holiday.
Is that old news?
No, everybody's over Christmas.
Yeah, everybody is over Christmas. I'm over Christmas.
Yeah.
Now we just have to pay for Christmas.
Yeah.
Actually, we paid for Christmas. Now we're in the poorhouse.
Eesh.
Yeah. We're not in the poorhouse, but
all right. I'm trying to wrap this podcast up. Alan's just very chatty.
We could be in a better financial position.
Well, let's not go to Jamaica next year or this year.
All right, babe. I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately,
Love
especially those that have listened to podcast number 1 in 2022. I think this is 391 or something like that. But we're going to do another 100 podcasts this year. We do about 100 podcasts a year.
So we're going to hit 500 this year?
We may. If we hit 500, we've got to do something like big.
I'll tell you, I don't know if I should talk
like
about
I'm going to go
this.
to K. Roger and get a cake.
I don't know if I should talk about this on the podcast. I was kind of thinking about the podcast. I'll just say it here. Since if y'all are sticking around this long, the 17 of you that may be still listening at this point, then y'all can tell me what you think. I'm thinking about, and I haven't run this by Alan, but every once in a while, maybe doing just a little special mini podcast where I just like there's a lot of celebrity stuff Alan doesn't really want to talk about very much, but like maybe I'll have someone that'll come on and we can talk about, something in pop culture, or there's an author or something. And even Alan could do these too. There's just like a special little, maybe 15 or 20, just a little special podcast.
Well, I may do my own podcast then.
I just said that.
You're going to do what are you going to do? A Beatles bit? You're doing a John Lennon going to go spin off and do his own bit?
No, I'm saying
I'm going to spin off like Paul McCartney.
I'm not saying doing another podcast. I'm doing a special episode, like a special mini episode. I listen to some other podcasts that'll do that. Like they'll break away from their regular program and they're like, hey, we got this special guest on. It's just like a 15 or 20 minute just to break things up every once in a while.
Sure.
You like that idea?
Sure.
And you could do the same thing. Like if it's a subject I will not care about. Something of, maybe you want to have some motorcycle expert on or something.
Or compare and contrast prawn channels between Jamaica and Mexico.
No, I don't want that on our stuff.
Well, it'd be my stuff. It
That's
wouldn't
still a sandwich and some Lovin.
Oh, this would be under the Sandwich and Some Lovin' brand.
Yes.
This wouldn't be my brand and your brand.
If you want to go do a porn podcast, you go right ahead. But I'm not.
I bet those
with that.
exist.
I'm sure they do, and I'm not associated.
I'm not associated with that.
I'm saying under the Sandwich and Lovin' umbrella, little special mini episodes every once in a while.
I wasn't the one flipping through channel 113, 14, and 15.
Because I'm in charge of finding something to watch on TV. You have to pass those channels.
What's that ride at Disney World that makes everybody sick?
Teacups.
Yeah. I mean, it was like 2 teacups spinning around on that thing. Remember that? No?
No.
Oh.
So that's it for this podcast.
All right. Well, love you desperately.
Love you.
Be nicer to Alan in 2022. Come on, man. Be nicer to Alan. You gotta be nicer to Alan. Huh? No?
I'll try.
Okay. Well, we'll podcast again real soon.
Yeah.
And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.
It's not funny. I don't
Oh,
like
it
that.
was so funny.
It's not funny. I don't think that's funny at all.
You don't even know what that means.
I know what it means.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
I'm not doing this right now, Alan. I don't like that.
I shouldn't like that. I'm sorry, babe. I'll let you get your blood pressure up. Oh, man. Thank you, Mel. Love you desperately. Oh. Guys, Dylan has pressed his face against the door there about 3 or 4 times, and tomorrow is a school night. I got to get this uploaded. Sin, I haven't got the summary yet, but I will. We'll go over that. That's a good question. I'll bet you it's more. I'll bet you it's more than last year for sure. Or eating out bad.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, we spent more money this year than I think we ever have. All right, guys. Love you guys desperately. We will. I got to get some kids into bed, upload this, and yeah, and I'll kiss Larry for you, Mel. Talk to you guys soon.
People knowing that we were looking at that shit, you know?